call a timeout.
It's their second timeout. It will leave them with one. (14-6) ball game. 1 minute and 25 seconds remaining here in the first half. Well, tonight's Academic All-American Profile, not to mention today's Academic All-American Profile, is being brought to you by GT.
Step up, and sure enough, I think there's some great defenses this year in the Pac-10. Arizona State returns a lot of players, and of course the Trojans with their duo of cornerbacks, one of the best as well.
Third down and short, and they'll go with a bare backfield again. And Leaf, just on a quarterback sneak, breaks it to the 40 to the 35-yard line, and there is the result when you spread the field.
I said you won't see it often, but it's always in the game plan. Right now they're in a hurry-up mode. Minute 21. Clock only stops to set the change, but a great call that time by Leaf.
Black the single setback. Leaf to put it up again. Throws, clear out. Tibbs on a nice catch. Ball thrown behind him, and Tibbs makes the grab for a first down inside the 25, a gain of 11.
See Mike Price, he's wagging signals in to lead.
So the ball at the 24-yard line. Slot right this time. And Leaf gives to Black. And Black gets inside the 20 to the 15 to the 10. And he stayed in bounds. I'm not sure why he did that exactly. Well, they say he did go out of bounds. Sure looked like he stayed in bounds, though.
Looks like he stayed in. The clock will stop to move the chains, however.
Gain of 16 for Michael Black.
And once again, when the defense is in a blitz mode, as they were just then, if you have the ability to hand the ball off to a player with the caliber of Mike Black, boy, I tell you, it causes a lot of problems. Keith Burns probably saying, hey, now wait a minute, I don't remember that play.
Well, Black, 11 carries, 55 yards, and a touchdown. That's exactly what the Cougars felt they needed, and again, it's exactly what USC felt they could not allow happen. Well, welcome to those of you in Connecticut who are watching the Expos and the Mets. Final score, the Mets win it over the Expos, 9-6. Barry Tompkins, Tom Ramsey, Carol Lewis. We're in Los Angeles here in the second quarter of a 14-6 game. Washington State Cougars surprising the USC Trojans so far, and I must say, we're not really surprised.
No, we're not. We knew Washington State came down very confident. Mike Price has always had a good staff of coaches, and they have a lot of seniors, a lot of guys that have made this trip before, and there's a lot of hometown Southern California players that Mike Price has on that team as well, and they're putting forth a great effort.
Washington State, of course, as we said, has never beaten both Southern California schools in the same year. They have not won here in Los Angeles since 1957. And so far, and you know what strikes me about this game, Rams, is it's not a fluke. I mean, they're taking it to the Trojans.
I was going to say, and I like what Ryan Leaf said yesterday. He just said, hey, I had no part of that. This is today.
First and goal at about the 7-yard line. Leaf, play fake, rolls right, throws underneath, caught, touchdown to Love Jefferson, the tight end from 6 yards out. And they have just taken the air out of this place.
Yeah, not only have they taken the air out of the Trojans on the field, you could hear a dime drop down one of the tunnels here. Ryan Leaf, a nice little bootleg, Love Jefferson into the pylon before his man, and once again picking on the young freshman, Antoine Simmons.
Well, Keith Burns told us he's going to go with the freshman, and I love the way he put it. He was quoting his granddaddy, who said, if a dog will bite you, he'll do it as a puppy. And Simmons is a puppy, but right now he's getting bit. 6 plays, 54 yards, and the Cougars lead it by 15.
Yeah, Love Jefferson just springing to the corner. See Leaf's reaction, a great use of the clock that time in the 2-minute offense. Mike Price, Ryan Leaf calling the plays down the stretch.
Pretty good play calling, too. And then giving the ball to Black for that gain of 16. Nice call. So there's joy on that bench. Capitalizing on the turnover, taking it 54 yards. It took him 58 seconds to do it, too.
Well, my question yesterday to John Robinson, hey, you went 6-6 last year. Is there a sense of urgency? And he said, you're darn right there's a sense of urgency. They go into this game. Last week was last week. Florida State was a great match on the national spectrum, but these games are the ones that count for the Rose Bowl at the end of the season, and it's a tough job to keep your troops focused, but this is the game at hand, and I'm sure he's frustrated right now. Robinson is saying, hey, we're down by a bunch, and it's not even the halftime.
Offensive inconsistency continuing to plague the Trojans here. This is going to be Sauer, 2 yards deep. He fumbles the ball. Now he's got to come out with it. Running laterally at the 10, trying to get outside. If he does, he's got room. He does. Slips a tackle, cuts inside at the 30, still on his feet, looking for help, but it's finally really cracked. So he returned it about 30 yards, but he ran about 65.
I was going to say he ran about 80. Oh. Sauer, who had a big return a year ago against Washington State, and he returned a couple on the year. R.J. Sauer, just a remarkable athlete, great game-breaking ability, had a breakout game a year ago versus UCLA, set a freshman receiving record, but he's got some moves, but finally they wrapped him up.
Sauer coming into this year, a touchdown every 4.7 times he touches the ball. And there he touches it. Steps out of bounds with a first down at the 41-yard line, gain of 12. So the Trojans trying to do a little business before halftime here. 34 ticks left.
Good opportunity to get John Fox a little work with the clock. It's not a lot of time that the Trojans have to work with, but at least set in motion your 2-minute offense and see what you can generate.
Slot right this time. Sermon's a lone setback. Fox straight back once again with time. Throws, and it's incomplete, intended for Miller. A flag down on the opposite side of the field. That will stop the clock, although the incomplete pass would have done the same thing. So we'll see. Maybe offside against the Cougs. Jonathan Nance might have
offside
jumped.
on the defense. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
So it'll be 1st and 5 now for John Fox and the USC Trojans. Fox today 9 of 13, 111 yards. Not bad numbers, but he's been under siege. Saw his first half numbers from the game against Florida State. Slot right. Sermon's the lone setback. Might have been offside again, but yeah, I think we're going to get the Cougs offside again. It's the same guy, Jonathan Nance. So a couple of mistakes here.
Fresh legs. You see Jonathan Nance, he's shot out of a cannon.
Nance playing for Dorian Boose, who has not returned to the Cougar lineup.
Offside on the defense. 5-yard penalty. 1st and 10.
2 penalties and a gift first down, and now Nance comes out of the ball game. Mike Price has seen enough of that. All the highlights at halftime as we take you back to the Fox Sports studios. Kevin Frazier, Solomon Wilcots. Tell you everything that happened in college football today, and a lot happened. Ball at the 49-yard line now. Cougs don't want to give up anything here, even 3. Foot drop this time. Fox throws for Miller, makes the catch at 45 on his knees. Now the clock continues to move. Trojans have a timeout to use here. 15 seconds, 14, 13. They need more. Fox straight back, throws, knocked away at the line of scrimmage, and I think it was Leon Bender got a hand on it. And 6 ticks remain.
One of the most difficult things for any quarterback is to run the 2-minute offense, and right there Bender put up a big paw. It almost caused a bad play for the Trojans.
Well, I felt like I needed an extra kick or an extra little boost to get me through, and from what I hear, 5-Hour Energy does the job, so I decided to give it a try. I like the way 5-Hour Energy makes me feel before games. It gives me that edge that I need and keeps me focused throughout the football game. I tell all the players to take 5-hour energy. I mean, they see the way it makes me feel, so I think everybody wants that same type of feeling. I am the 5-hour energy guru. It's the truth. I mean, I wouldn't be taking it. 5-hour energy. I use it. I love it.
This week on the Best Damn Sports Show, period. Thursday, it's the most jaw-dropping sounds in sports.
I have never used steroids.
All the unbelievable.
I did not bet on baseball.
Unscripted.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
Shocking moments in sports.
Oh, baby. So they do a simulation.
What did he just say?
Soldiers.
It's Best Damn's Top 50 You Gotta Hear This moments. This week at 11.
Welcome back to FSN Classics. I'm Angie Mentink. After one half, the Washington State Cougars dominated the Trojans, jumping out to a 21-6 halftime edge. Ryan Leaf's 2 touchdown passes led the charge, but the second half is about to get really interesting. So let's head back out to L.A. and rejoin Barry Tompkins and Tom Ramsey.
It's interesting. You go back to the opening coin toss. Washington State elected to defer. Actually, SC elected to defer, so they get the ball in the second half. And I think this possession is very instrumental, especially what USC has not accomplished on first down.
Sauer's going to get a chance here. Cuts it back, got some room. 30, 40. He's got it in. Midfield to the 30, the 20. And SC has made it big to start the second half. No flags, 95 yards. Deja vu all over again.
That one even before we sat in our chairs. R.J. Soward and his explosiveness takes it 95, and he does hit a crease going about 100 miles an hour, and no one is around him. He doesn't even get touched. Wow, number 18 just sprinting all the way.
Sure not going to be caught from behind. Huge momentum lift for USC, and I didn't even have a chance to remind you as the Trojans line up to go for 2. That Washington State led UCLA 30-14 at the half. And remember, UCLA had an opportunity to win that game. So they'll go for 2 here. They're trying to get things back on an even keel. Somebody pulled early. I think it was David Pratchard. Soward ran the opening kickoff back
Ball start on the offense. 5-yard
last
penalty.
season in the second half for a touchdown. 78 yards against this same Washington State team.
Boy, Mike Price kind of talking to himself, saying, you know what, we can't afford any letdowns. You don't want to give up a big play, and what do you do the first play of the second half? Wow, biggest play possible.
Conversations continuing here. I think Trojans may have to burn a timeout, and they do. So a little confusion here as USC has to burn a timeout. John Robinson saying, what are we doing? Remember, he told Carol Lewis, you just got to get back to playing football. Take another look at R.J. Soward.
Yes, in game management, you never want to give away timeouts like that. R.J. Soward right here. You watch him. He gets a couple great blocks out in front. Ifeanyi Olahede right there, the freshman, number 31, got a great block, cleared his man out of the way. Bastianelli also on the return team, and they're off to the races.
Well, that was this year. Last year, same scene, same team, same situation. Second half kickoff. Look out. Soward's got some room. 40, midfield. He's gone. 30, 20, touchdown off the short kickoff. USC went on to win that game, and now they are right back in this one. They'll try for 1-point conversion now as they will kick it. High snap. And it is up and good, however. So good job by Abrams to get that one. Good job by the holder to get the ball down, and the Trojans are back within 8 points, 21-13.
Want to get strong?
Want to get lean? Want to get ripped? Well, now you can with Iron Gym. Iron Gym turns any door into your own personal gym in just seconds. Its unique design wraps around your door frame and uses leverage, so there's no screws and no damage to your door. Start off with chin-ups and pull-ups to develop and strengthen your shoulders, arms, back, and lats. And with 3 different grip positions: narrow grip, wide grip, and neutral. You can switch up your routine and keep challenging your muscles. But we're not finished there. Take it to the floor for deep push-ups, and it's a sturdy base for tricep dips. Then finish off with gut-busting crunches. In just minutes a day, you'll build lean muscle and get ripped. Order Iron Gym today for just 2 payments of $29.99. You'll also get these hanging ab straps for an explosive abdominal workout. But call right now and we'll cut the price in half. That's Iron Gym with hanging ab straps for just 1 payment of $29.99. But you've got to call now.
Pro Football Preview, Friday.
Every week, contenders emerge on the road to the BCS. It's BCS Breakdown.
This time they're going for 6 and they got it!
The weekly show featuring highlights of the nation's top teams.
Absolute sensational grab!
In-depth previews of college football's biggest matchups. Plus, expert analysis of the national championship picture. BCS Breakdown, Friday.
FSN Classics is brought to you by Banner Bank. Better ideas, better banking. And by Lithia. A better car buying experience starts at lithia.com.
So the Trojans at the 48-yard line looking at a 2nd and 11. Fox to put it up. Throws. It is in and out of the hands of Bastianelli. A little bit late once again on the throw was John Fox. But those are things that are going to change over the course of time. Had Bastianelli for a moment, but held the ball just a little bit long, I think, Rams.
Yeah, he pumped right there, and Fox, the ball comes flying out, but Bastianelli goes flying off the field. Safety comes over the top, Ray Jackson, and just delivers a big-time hit that time at number 25.
So it'll be 3rd down and 11. Single setback. 4-man rush. Fox steps up, hit as he threw, a one-hopper to Bastianelli, and now the Trojans will have to give it up. Ostensibly. Leon Bender putting good pressure that time on John Fox. So another stop for the Cougar defense, and they're being asked to do an awful lot here. Wren will punt it. Tim stands at his own 10-yard line. This whole second half, it seems, lets it go, and it bounces into the end zone.
Take a look at the Wazoo second half possessions. Punt, 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 punt.
You do that well.
And not a lot of plays.
And that, of course, means your defense is out there grinding. So at the very least, I think Cougar offense is going to have to stay out there for a little bit. Leaf on 2nd down, out of the backfield for Black, trying to get him isolated, and they do, but Black actually lost a couple yards on that play. Antoine Simmons, the freshman.
So the defensive line is creating a lot of pressure right here off the ends, and what's happening with the play of the corners for USC, they're making Ryan Leaf throw the ball where he doesn't want to throw right now, and Antoine Simmons, a true freshman, comes up, makes a nice play on number 5, Mike Black.
Burns told us you could just see in Antoine Simmons when he first showed up at fall practice, got to find a spot for this guy. He was a cornerback, moved into safety just so they could get him on the field. 3rd in a bunch. Leaf straight back. Now he's got some time. Still looking. And finally throws wide open, and making the catch was Jackson. They say incomplete. The ball was delivered perfectly. Jackson could not hang on to it, and the Cougars will have to give it up. And Jackson staying down.
Boy, could you believe the time Ryan Leaf had? Hey, they just sat on him. Gets the ball out, had an open man, and Jackson not able to come down with it. And then it's as though he was hurt.
So while they tend to Chris Jackson, we'll jump off the track. We're coming back.
The first time I took 5-hour energy, I didn't feel bad afterwards. You know, usually you take energy drink and along the next 3 hours at some point, you just hit the wall. And I never hit that wall. It just was a natural energy that stuck with me for a while, 5 hours or so. One of my friends on the team, a guy I'm with a lot, he uses it and he likes it. You know, he calls me, make sure I have 2 when I come in the morning, because he always needs one. I say, well, go buy your own, but I'm kind of like the 5-hour designated driver. 5-hour energy, I use it, I love it.
The cheerleaders, the bands, the mascot, the party. Fox College Sports brings you the ultimate tailgate party right to your living room. Every week a different school, every week a different tailgate. It's the total tailgate experience. Don't miss the party. Tailgate Tour, Friday night at 7 Eastern on Fox College Sports.
This week on Fox NFL Sunday. Join the guys as America's #1 pregame show gets you ready for kickoff. Then, you'll see NFC North rivals collide as Aaron Rodgers and the Packers battle the Vikings. Or Brett Favre and the rejuvenated Jets take on the Rams. It's another great slate of thrilling NFL action this week on Fox NFL Sunday.
Fox Movie Channel presents Saturday Night Triple Play. Movies from 20th Century Fox 3 times in a row.
Are you serious?
Every Saturday night.
Let's rock!
Uncut.
Show me everything. Are you mad?
Yeah. Commercial free.
Are you crazy?
It's lovely, isn't it?
3 times in a row.
And I like it.
Me too.
Mind if I have a look for myself?
Saturday Night Triple Play. Every Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Only on Fox Movie Channel.
Every game, every score, every highlight. It's the final score. 30 minutes every night of the week, bringing you all the action from the world of sports. It's the one show where serious sports fans go for serious sports highlights. The Final Score, presented by Quiznos, weeknights.
Yes.
Yeah, baby! Look at that one, it's here! All right! Yes! That's it! That's Fizzy's first instant millionaire!
Delon Washington and Rodney Sermons, the back split behind John Fox. Fox will put it up on first down. Steps up, throws right over Miller. He's got it at the 18-yard line. 39 yards, and the Trojans are knocking on the door. They beat Ray Jackson.
And once again, the Fox to Miller combination. See Billy Miller just on a takeoff route. He runs right by his man, Gibbons. The safety, Jackson, can't come over the top and make the play. Watch Fox again. He was going to his man the whole time. Miller just outruns the defense.
They mark it at the 15. Pitch to LaVelle Woods, going to throw it. He's got a man open. Bastianelli in the end zone. Touchdown. Well, it took a little trickery for the Trojans to get on the board, but they will take it.
And the question will be asked, was he in or wasn't he? And remember, all you need is 1 foot in. LaVelle Woods, who hasn't seen a lot of game action this year, throws a pretty good ball right there. And Bastianelli, wide open, comes down with it. And he steps right on the end line. And that's not a touchdown, but you know what? We don't have replay, and put 6 on the board for the Trojans.
You had it, partner. They'll go for 2. Split backs behind Fox. Looking to the end zone. Throws. It is caught by Miller. And they say he was forced out. The 2-point conversion is good, and this game is tied. So it's a touchdown that really wasn't, and maybe a 2-point conversion that really wasn't.
Take a look at the 2-point conversion. John Fox, patient again, just lofts the ball out there, and interesting, he lands on the sideline that time. You said it, Barry. The Trojans got 2 calls, and you're going to see him come down right there. His foot is on the line, and college football, you need 1 foot inbounds, not on the line. That line is out of bounds.
Well, Mike Price is going to be looking at that film for the better part of the week, I'm sure. Another look.
Bastianelli again, you're going to see it. Our hidden cameras picked it up again.
Well, whether it was or whether it wasn't on the scoreboard, it is, and that's what matters. 21-21.
Let's go! Hey,
all the momentum in this football game now is on the side of the home team.
Got another one.
Now see if he got his right foot down.
But does he have possession? And I think that, does he have full possession? When he has full possession, he doesn't have his foot down.
You are right. You are right. So Redmond will kick it off. The Cougars have not been able to generate any offense here in the second half. And now they're going to have to put some points on the board, if they're, needless to say, if they're to win this football game. The kick is deep into the end zone, and McKenzie will not try it. Cougars in the second half, 19 plays, 14 yards, and that is going to have to change if they're going to have any possible chance in this football game. And that would include overtime.
SC showing a little quick strike offense that time. Washington State, the feared offense coming into this game with the quick strike offense and all its capabilities. We'll see what Ryan Leaf can drum up now. The Fab 5 receiving corps. They spread out the SC defense a lot in the first half. Let's see what they come out with. The 4 wides right away.
Double slot. Michael Black, the only setback. Leaf straight back. Steps up, throws, caught by Nyan Taylor, his first catch of the afternoon. Gain of 14. Taylor had 200 yards in a game against UCLA, remember, but he's playing on a kind of a gimpy ankle.
The most impressive thing about that 200 yards on 5 catches, 2 TDs, and Nyan Taylor, very strong receiver, big upper body, and as you said, hobbled with a bad ankle. He had a little electrode on it yesterday during the walkthrough we watched.
Double slot again. Black the lone setback. They give it to Black this time, and Black unable to get much going. He picked up about 2. Trojans have done a good job in the running game of Washington State. They've done a good job defensively, period, in the second half. Casano made the tackle.
Keith Burns has the luxury of playing a few more variations of his defense. He likes to put 8 men up at the line of scrimmage, and when you have 2 corners like McCutcheon and Brian Kelly, you're able to do that much more.
Double slot once again. Now they bring Black in motion out of the backfield. 4-man rush. Leaf with a lot of time throws, and it's knocked away by McCutcheon. Good defensive play from behind by Dalen McCutcheon. All right, Kevin, thank you. Here it is a 3rd down and 7, and a huge play. Here comes the blitz. It's picked up. Leaf throws, flag down. Ball is complete but short to McKenzie. No, they say it's incomplete. And now we'll see about the flag, and I would have to think it's a hold. It is against the Cougars. Trojans will refuse it, and the Cougars will have to give it up yet another time.
It all boils down to execution.
Holding.
Mike Price right there.
Decline. 4th down.
Knowing his team has not gone out and executed in this second half. And you see Keith Burns right there. He's throwing the terrible towel around. He's whooping it up on the sidelines.
He's a cheerleader. Who's that guy?
I have the same take on Keith Burns. He could get you motivated real easy.
Line drive, low kick. They try to kick it away from Soward, but they kick a line drive. Now Soward steps back to the 20 and is wrapped up back there on a fine play defensively by Kevin McKenzie. 43-yard punt, no return, and we're coming back.
We were just getting ready to go fishing, and 5-Hour Energy's in that little stand by the cash register. I bought about 4 or 5 of them. Me and all my buddies took them. The next thing you know, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. We're out in the lake, and we're fishing. You know, we're still fishing, and we're still catching fish, and it kept us wide awake. You're reacting a lot faster. Your eyes are wide open. You're paying a lot more attention to what's going on, and I just think it really helps out when I'm racing my car. The thing I like about 5-Hour Energy, no crashes.
Steve, I'll tell you one thing. This family doesn't like crashes.
5-Hour Energy. I use it. I love it. Ooh. That was good.
Hi, I'm Alyssa Milano. Here's something you might not know about me. I used to have acne. There were times when my skin was so bad that they'd have to schedule filming around my breakouts. And all the makeup in the world couldn't hide it. I sort of figured that this was it, that I was just gonna be someone that suffered from acne forever. My family friend suggested that I try Proactive. I started using it and I couldn't believe it. Almost immediately, Proactive cleared up my acne. My confidence was boosted and filming around my breakouts wasn't an issue anymore.
Proactive Solution is a powerful acne-fighting system, strong enough to heal acne, gentle enough to use every day.
Proactive is the only product I ever used that not only cleared up my skin, but kept it clear day after day. I use it once in the morning and once just before bed, and that's all it takes to keep my skin clear, glowing, beautiful.
Join Alyssa Milano and millions of satisfied Proactive customers who have clear, beautiful skin. Order in the next 4 minutes and save 50%, only $19.95.
I went from, having really bad acne to having clear skin. And I have not had not one pimple. It's amazing.
You have no idea what a big difference it's going to make in your skin. And you will never have to think about your skin again.
Try Proactive now and get our fast-acting refining mask free, designed to clear problem zits overnight. It's dramatic.
It just dries out the zit and it goes away. It's like magic.
There's no downside in trying Proactive right now. We guarantee it works or your money back.
So come on, pick up the phone and get one step closer to gorgeous, glowing, clear skin. What are you waiting for?
Go to Proactive.com or call 1-800-618-9538. That's 1-800-618-9538.
Yeah, they've changed their offseason conditioning some, too. I mean, Hugh Jackson came in, and they are a different team coming out for the opening kickoff and stretching exercises. They're racing in and out of the huddle. I'm still amazed that they wasted 3 timeouts in the second half.
And that could come back to bite them. We'll see. Single setback with that. Fox straight back to pass with time out of the backfield for Washington at the 20, at the 25-yard line, and knocked down. As he gets to the 25, it'll be 3rd down and 6. Well, Mike Price has got to be thinking this is virtually a replay of the UCLA game in which Cougs jumped out early, and then in the second half were stagnant, had to hang on and finally stop UCLA on the 1-yard line, and this is not unlike that.
Came down to a goal line stand up in Pullman. Washington State able to. Leon Bender made a big play to stop him.
They come after Fox, and now flags down. Interference is one call. There's 2 flags. Lawan Gibbons was defending, and I think he might have held the man up, but now there's another flag on the near sideline. And we'll see.
Actually, what?
Cougars are making motions like this is against USC, but let's see. Pat Flood to tell us.
First penalty, no flag on the defensive pass interference. Pass is ruled not catchable. On the play, the offense had an ineligible receiver downfield. That penalty is declined. 4th down.
So for the first time, as we watch the hit here, and I mean, but they say the ball was not catchable. That was your classic holding right there on
Quincy Woods saying, hey, it was easier being a quarterback. I didn't get hit that hard.
Short kick this time. Tim's fair catch and makes the catch at about the 37-yard line, 37-yard punt. So the Cougars, for the first time in the second half, will start with even somewhat decent field position, or 38 actually. But they have been unable to generate any offense here in the second half.
Yeah, definitely in the first half, Washington State won the field possession battle. This second half, they really have not had good starting position. The Trojans pretty much dominating the entire second half. Not a lot of yards for Washington State.
10 minutes and 11 seconds remaining in the game. Here's a quick toss this time for Black out of the backfield. Got the first block. That was McKenzie, I beg your pardon, off the slot back spot, and he gets to the 45-yard line, a gain of about 7.
Take a look, Washington State, one more wrinkle. They're going to get the ball out on a quick flare to McKenzie. Ryan Leaf just fires it, and he has some blockers out in front.
He took it inside. It looked like if he went outside, he was gone. Trips right. Leaf might be checking off. Short drop. They pick the blitz up. Throws long. Flag down on the near side here. Now let's see what this one's all about. It was way away from the play. This could be a hold on the Trojans, but let's see. They might have gotten Kelly for a hold here. And they did. That'll be a first down.
Holding on the defense. Before the ball was thrown. 10 yards from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
Brian Kelly blocking up Sean Timms, and you just can't drape your arms around the man. You can, however, run stride for stride, as number 42 has done all day with the offensive receivers.
Yeah, it really has, and we were mentioning in the commercial break that they haven't tested that side too much in the second half. So it's first down at the 45-yard line. Short drop, blitz comes out of the backfield for Black. Black trying to get around Pisano and managed to get about 4 out of it. Pisano staying with it.
Pisano makes the play almost at the line of scrimmage, but Black is so nifty, he's able to get 4 or 5 yards.
So I'll call it 2nd and 5 as Keith Burns signaling the plays in, the defensive sets to his team.
Again, Keith Burns, I read fire, which means they're going to come with another blitz.
Leaf probably sees that and will check off here. They come to 4-man rush. Leaf in big trouble. And down he goes. He hung in there a little bit too long that time. And he's taken down back at the 44-yard line. They didn't blitz actually, came with only 4.
So much for reading lips. I'll stay out of that. Stay out of there. Ryan Leaf has the ball high. Good feet. Again, attribute that to the coverage. That's a coverage sack right there. I believe he might have tripped over his own man backing out.
So it'll be 3rd down and 9 now as again the Cougs are faced with a 3rd and long situation. That's the 7th sack for the Trojans. They go out of the shotgun. Trojans come to the blitz once again. Stepping up is Leaf. Throws. Caught and dropped and picked off by Kelly at the 30, 35, 40. 45 and out of bounds at midfield. Dion Taylor had it in his hands. It bounced off his shoulder pad and Kelly was right there with his 2nd pick of the day. And Ryan Leaf is mixed up in a little exchange on the sideline here. And Leaf may be hurt.
Leaves hurt. And there's a whole lot of other things going on the sideline. Still, Nyan Taylor not able to come up with it. Brian Kelly, who has been stride for stride with the receivers all day. That's what happens when you run in stride for stride. You can make that play. Brian Leaf gets a straight arm, and then he gets kind of get winged into the sideline there.
Leaf is all right. He got a little exchange with Kelly. Leaf made the tackle, and when he bounced up, Kelly came after him. But the Trojans, in the meantime, are in business. Ball at midfield. John Robinson leading a few cheers here. His team has bounced back from a 21-6 halftime deficit. We're tied at 21, 7:54 left in the game. The give is to Washington. He didn't get much. And the crowd getting very testy with DeLon Washington here.
All right. And I don't even know if it's DeLon Washington. I just think it's a repetitiveness of trying to run on first down. And that's their game plan. They want to establish that run. They'll do whatever it takes, even if it doesn't work real well on first.
Single setback this time, Washington. Two tight ends, two wideouts. Fox will go up, throws out here wide open to Washington. Midfield, 45. And Watt goes across the 45-yard line. Well defended that time. It was the right call. They caught the Cougs in a blitz. But Washington couldn't get much out of it.
And the Washington State defense still wound up. They're running to the ball. They're making plays. They've shown good condition on their side of the ball as well. Bill Dover, the defensive coordinator, a big part of that, has his guys playing a lot of downs. And he does not substitute crazily, you know, bringing guys in and out. He'll play with his 11 guys, and they're on the field for a large portion of the game.
Third down, double slot. Fox throws, caught by Miller, short, I believe. Now it's going to be 4th and 1, and John Robinson has a decision to make here. I would have to think the way his defense has played in the second half, he'll go. They don't have a timeout, remember, so whatever they do, they're going to have to do it. They bring two tight ends and bring McKenzie back.
Well, and if you want to send a message, you send it on 4th down. You bring in two tights, you bring in your heavy lineup. Malafayo McKenzie in as well. Give it to your tough running back.
Lavelle Woods in at the fullback spot. 4th down a yard. They give it to McKenzie. He's not going to get it. And a flag is down. So now we'll have to see about the flag. Thrown by the linesman.
Dead ball. False start on the offense.
What a break, actually, for UNC, even though it'll be 4th and 6. And I think that falls into the category of break.
4th and 6. From the plus 46, you punt the ball, and that's what they're going to do right now. Now, again, your defense is playing well. Let them take advantage of the field position you're going to gain here. Hopefully Wren, in their eyes, can stick it down and put Washington State in another hole.
Wren, one of the best punters in America. McKenzie and Timms both deep for the Cougars, and Wren sticks this one way up in the air, and it is into the end zone. Well, they're going to say, I think it's at the 2-yard line. Somebody touched it at the 2-yard line, but they're going to say touchback. It'll come out to the 20. Prentice Hill was the guy down under it. We're coming back after this. 5:42 remaining in the game. We're tied at 21. Let's take a look at the Burger King game summary. And it's really a tale of two halves. And those are the numbers that tell you everything you need to know about this football game. 21-6 Cougs at the half. They were doing everything right. 278 yards. USC going the other way. And in the second half, it's been the USC defense and two big plays. This one to start the second half.
R.J. Soward, no one even lays a hand on him. He's off to the races. Puts the Trojans right back into the ball game with their offense not even touching the ball.
So now at the 20-yard line, Cougs will try to generate something they have not been able to do anything with. A bad exchange, and Ryan Leaf just falls on the ball. They have just been stymied in the second half. So once again, they are in a second and long situation.
And that's what the Trojans had hoped for opening up this game. They had played so well last week against Florida State. Their defense, they showed a lot of promise. Took them a half to get on track, but right now the defensive line of SC and their entire defense really bringing it to Washington State.
Trojans showing blitz. Now they back out of the blitz. 4-man rush. Leaf to throw. Does so. Too tall. Intended for Sean McWashington. McWashington well covered by Brian Kelly.
Yeah, they've gone to that well a couple times. And I think it's bone dry right now. Brian Kelly really has put on an extremely good coverage show. Take a look, Ryan Leaf, his passing yards, 224 the first half, 49 only in the second half.
And it is 3rd down and 12. Double slot. 4-man rush. Leaf throws underneath. It is caught for a first down by McKenzie. Still on his feet at the 40. Gets into the open and finally dragged down at the 49-yard line. Biggest play of the half by far for the Cougars. 31 yards and a first down just short of midfield.
And just when the crowd was starting to creep back into the ball game, Ryan Leaf shows his experience and his patience once again. Kevin McKenzie does a great job not going down right there, and run after catch. Puts 2 hands on the ball, secures it before Antoine Simmons comes over and makes the hit on it.
Yeah, you said it too. Secures the ball. Wrapped it up. Short of midfield. First down, Cougars. First downs have been few and far between in the second half of Washington State. Leaf straight back. Steps up, throws. Nice catch. Into the open is McKenzie. He's gone. At the 10, the 5. Touchdown. And Sean McWashington gave him a key block along the way. How do you like that? It was a great grab by McKenzie, too.
Oh, one-handed grab by McKenzie. I thought Leaf had overthrown him. We suspect a flag on the play.
And I hope it's not one of those celebration penalties. That is just a Bush call.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, taunting on the offense, 15 yards will be enforced on the try.
That's Bush. I'm sorry, I hate that.
Excessive celebration. Ryan Leaf's going to drop back and throw it, and you're going to see McKenzie make a one-handed grab. You see SC rolls away, and he just stabs the ball with one hand. Sean McWashington, what a great block on Antoine Simmons.
And I think they called that unsportsmanlike on his hands. Right here, you'll see after he catches the ball, and when he knows he's going in, he kind of looks back and spreads his arms. You'll see it here in a minute. Right there, and I think that's what they call, and I think that's Bush. And the try for point is up and good after they had assessed the penalty, and that, in my opinion, is poetic justice. Cougars lead it, 4:18 left, and no timeouts for SC.
That block was the offensive play of the year for the Rose Bowl-bound Cougars. Before they made their trip to Pasadena, some of the guys reminisced about that history-making catch versus the Trojans.
Leaf straight back, steps up, throws, nice catch, into the open is McKenzie, he's gone, at the 10, the 5, touchdown! And Sean McWashington gave him a key block along the way. How do you like that?
I noticed Kevin find a seam in the little thing, and I just tried to put it on his body as hard as I could, and it's a little high, and he made a tremendous one-handed grab that broke all the chains and barriers of Washington State history, I think, and with a block, swift block from behind by Sean McWashington, we were off to the races to the Roses.
It was an audible at the line of scrimmage, and I got off the ball a little late because I was telling Sean what the new play was, and when I looked and I realized, oh, the play already started, but, with Leaf and his, ability to make plays, I mean, you're never out of a play, so I just, continue to run, hustle, and get down the field, and I saw Kevin go up and make the catch, and just immediately, I mean, Kevin's like, I grew up with him. He watched me, become a man. And, I mean, I wouldn't want anybody to touch Kevin. So, immediately I just turned and, rallied to block. And I just put everything I had into Antoine Simmons' neck. And it just came out great.
And Sean McWashington, what a great block on Antoine.
I know Kev caught it. And I was trying to get down there and block. And all of a sudden, Sean struck across my face and hit him. It was amazing. I was like, one of the best plays I've ever seen in college football.
I didn't see the catch, but when he started running, I don't know why I do this. I start running like I'm going to catch Kevin. You know, he can move. But I saw the block, and when I saw that block, I kind of turned and was looking for a flag or something because it was such a nice block. I thought, oh, something's going to happen here. And didn't see a flag, and I saw Kev get in the end zone. It was just like, wow, that was a sweet play, you know. And you think that as an offensive line that we've got to make the big blocks, and to see a receiver make such a nice block like that, you just got to appreciate something like that. So I kind of looked at McWash and just kind of said, wow, that was pretty impressive. Why don't you come over with us for a couple days?
And the rest is history. We have got the conclusion to Wazoo and USC coming up next on FSN Classics. Stay right there.
Would you like to put a stop to your partner's snoring so you could go to sleep and stay asleep every night? Introducing Pure Sleep, the stop snoring solution. Common snoring is caused when the airway is constricted, causing the soft palate to vibrate. Pure Sleep is a patented self-molded mouthpiece cleared by the FDA, which holds the jaw slightly forward, opening the airway so that the snoring stops. Look at the difference in these before and after images. Pure Sleep puts a stop to snoring on the very first night, or your money back.
That is just the astounding thing. I have not snored. And so this thing works. It's easy to use, easy to mold, works like a charm.
Now we go to sleep, he falls asleep, he's not snoring, I fall asleep within 20 minutes. It's fantastic.
I'm sleeping through the night and so is he, and we're waking up with more energy and not waking up in the middle of the night to say shh.
Pure Sleep is safe and easy to custom fit for maximum comfort. Breathing is normal. Sprays and nose strips are ineffective because they can't open the airway in your throat. Similar devices have been successfully prescribed by dentists for over 20 years, but they can cost over $1,000. Pure Sleep is only 2 payments of $29.95 and is now available without visiting a doctor. Plus, call now and you won't have to risk a penny to try Pure Sleep. If it doesn't work, we'll refund the purchase price, refund the original shipping charge, and even pay to ship it back. Don't suffer through another night of snoring. Enjoy Pure Sleep by calling now. Try Pure Sleep risk-free.
To order Pure Sleep, have your credit card ready and call 1-800-972-0573. That's 1-800-972-0573. Don't wait. Call now.
Huge play, and what could be, I hasten to say could be, a huge victory for Washington State. Look at this catch, and watch the block. 45 lays here.
And this is just great football instincts right there. McWashington laying out Antoine Simmons. Right there. McKenzie. Say, he came down today, 4 TDs. Check him out, Southern California guys. On the team of Wazoo. McKenzie, he's always in the fray. He caught a deflected ball last year on 3rd and 39 against the Trojans prior to Ryan Leaf fumbling and basically fumbling the ball away. That's why securing the football is so important in this game today.
Got to give credit to our guy, Dennis Medition here, who came up with those numbers once again. Always there with the gee-whiz figure. That's what I love about Dennis. So now they kick it away from Solid to go on Washington at the 10-yard line. Washington at the 20. Tries to get up the middle to about the 28-yard line, and the Trojans have 4 minutes and 8 seconds. No timeouts to do some business.
Not having any timeouts, you really have to keep an eye on the clock if you're the USC offense.
What's up, y'all?
Well, and you have to think, too, I mean, they can't afford to punt the ball away, so they got to think 4 downs in every situation here.
Exactly. 4-down territory becomes your playing field. You always have to keep an eye on the clock, and you don't have a timeout in case you're in that 3rd and short or 3rd and 3. Well, I tell you, it looks like the Trojans may not run the football once again.
Split backs, and they bring Miller in motion to the far side. Fox straight back to pass, in trouble. Grabbed as he threw the ball. He completed it to Sermons, and we're going to get a hold against the Trojans, I'm quite sure. Gary Holmes just blew in from his tackle spot. Holding against the Trojans is the call.
Well, if you're going to play Gary Holmes 20 to 25 plays, just make sure a few of them are in the fourth quarter. That's what Mike Price is thinking, because Gary Holmes, 6'7", 320, is bringing the hammer down on John Fox.
Repeat first down.
Turning him into a pretzel.
Travis Claridge was the guilty party. John Robinson thinking about wouldas and couldas and shouldas here.
Having a young quarterback, burned a timeout on a short yardage situation. SC ended up taking a penalty on it anyhow. They ended up having to punt the ball away, so that was dire waste. Right here, the Trojans backed up.
And again, took a timeout on an extra point try. And took a timeout when they were about to receive a punt. Straight back, Fox throws. It is caught by Solid. And Solid got a lot of it back. Going to be second and about 12. Clock will stop as the receiver went out of bounds.
Boy, the deep out, John Fox throws awfully nice. R.J. Soward, the DBs respect his speed enough where he can break off an out route. And again, right there, SC doing a nice job picking up some of the distance.
Slot left this time, single setback. Cougs show blitz. Now they come with a late blitz. And Fox hangs in there, throws, caught by Bastianelli. He'll be about 3 yards short of the first down. It's going to be third down and a little over 3. Ray Jackson makes the stop, but remember, it's clearly 4-down territory, so they, for all intent, really have 2 downs to make 3 yards.
Yeah, as the clock just keeps winding down, be very conscious of that. Needless to say, the play of the game.
Needless to say. Slot left. Bastianelli in the slot. Fox straight back. Hit as he threw. Caught and dropped by Miller. It'll be 4th down. So the Trojans down to the last hurrah here. Unable to stop the clock. They need 3 for a first down to keep possession.
And that was a catchable ball. As you mentioned, take a look at what they've done on 4th down today. 1 for 3 last week against FSU. And Billy Miller had some drops last year. That was one of the knocks on him coming in, but he thought he rectified that.
It's an all-out blitz, and Fox hit as he threw. Miller's in the open, and couldn't catch up to the ball. They got to Fox just in time and just enough, or that was 6.
Credit Mike Price, credit Bill Doba, because when the game was on the line, they brought everybody. Bill Doba put the heat on the young quarterback. They said, hey, let's challenge you. Dorian Boost getting held. Steve Gleason just comes off the corner and just puts the hammer on Fox, and Fox throwing the ball to an area where he didn't want to.
Billy Miller had his man beat by a good 2 strides. So this one is just about in the books, folks. And if it does go into the books, it would be the first time in 40 years. Count them. 40 years. You were a child, weren't you, Dennis? Dick Quinlan, you were a senior in high school. No, you were a collegiate by then. I don't want to know where you were, Rams.
I was just a glimmer in my father's eye. As it turns out, we talked about this game a week ago. After they beat UCLA, it was the best opportunity that they would have in beating the Trojans. Riding the hot hand of Ryan Leaf. Looks like another flag on the field here.
I think the way they did it, though, Tom, is the most impressive, because they really have had their hat handed to them here in the second half, and they still managed to dig down and find something. And I think you got to give a lot of credit to their defense. I mean, they really hung in there.
Will the timer put the game clock to 2:36?
North Carolina was a winner over Stanford today, 28-17. That blocked punt breaking the back of the Cardinal. Not an embarrassing loss, though. North Carolina ranked 8. Stanford ranked 18. Other than that, Tom Hansen, the commissioner of the Pac-10 Conference, who's here, has got to be a happy man today. And hand the ball off once again and just trying to cover it up. That's all they really need to do. .158.57. I'm sure it feels like an eternity to Mike Price, and even longer to John Robinson. Trojans will fall to 0-2. The executive producers of Fox Sports Net are Arthur Smith and Bill Borson. Coordinating producer, Pac-10 Football on Fox Sports Net is Gary Garcia. Today's game produced by Jerry Romano and directed by Doug Freeman. Head of field operations is Andrea Jenkins. Great crew here in the booth. Dennis Medition, our stats man. Dick Clement for so many years, our spotter.
Boy, John Robinson struggling today with a conference opener. John Fox sitting on the bench. They have to be thinking, hey, what did we let slip away in the first half when we got so far behind and didn't come out of the gate, because Washington State brought it to them early on. I'm a firm believer. You have to come out of the gate ready to play. You can't play the catch-up game, especially in the Pac-10. And I know some teams try it, especially when you're on the road. They kept the crowd out of it entirely.
It's interesting now, Washington State will call a timeout with 52 seconds left. They're looking at a 4th down, and it would really mean that USC might get a snap here. Well, they're going to kick this, I think, although a fake would not surprise me. I don't know, do you want to take a chance on having a punt by a kick blocked here?
I wouldn't want to take that chance. I'm surprised.
I think this could be a fake. This does open the door ever so slightly. I just have to think this has got to be a fake. It's not. The ball is up and no good. And it stops the clock, and it gives the Trojans actually probably more than one snap.
When you're playing the clock, you're better off. I mean, that was an awfully long field goal to try. Mike Price, so he's out of the box. Yeah, he'll try different things. I asked him in the UCLA game, right at the end of the game, he's throwing the ball down the field, and I said, what are you doing that for? And he said, well, all game, the free safety's biting, and then the free safety backed up. And luckily he fell down.
So it does give USC a couple of snaps here. Go to the slot left. Cox straight back. Steps up, throws deep. Sauer in a foot race. Almost made the catch. I mean, almost made the catch. And the clock stops with 40 seconds, right between Lawan Gibbons and Ray Jackson.
How good are you when you're double covered and you can still come down with a football, as Soward almost does? I could never get over Jerry Rice. All these years, he would be double, triple covered, and you still come down with the ball. And Soward, I'm not comparing him to Jerry Rice, but he does have a game-breaking ability.
Fox steps up, throws deep. Soward again in a foot race, and again got a hand on the ball. And I mean, the Cougs have dodged a couple of bullets here. DeMorancola that time defended him well.
R.J. Soward again. Same play, different side. Ray Jackson coming over from the free safety position. Puts a big knock on it, but DeMorancola running stride for stride.
33 seconds left.
And Soward, finally winded, has to go to the sidelines.
Straight back again. A throw underneath this time. It's almost intercepted. Now it'll be 4th down. Lawan Gibbons defending. And now Soward will come back into the ball game. Ken Haslip was the intended receiver on that pass.
And I think, again, the big reason for Washington State coming down, they're a senior-led team, and who would have thunk that they came in and upset the Trojans the way they did? But when you have a nucleus of seniors, you can get a lot accomplished. Mike Price felt confident coming in. And when you have Ryan Leaf, too, it sure helps along the way.
So 4th down and 10. And Fox has to step up, throws underneath, and it's incomplete, intended for Bastianelli, and this time it is over. But I'll tell you what, they made it an adventure. Well, Mike Price told Carol Lewis, don't congratulate me yet at halftime. I think Carol could probably congratulate him now.
2-0 in Pac-10 conference play. 1 home win, 1 convincing road win, and they got a good schedule. They're going to get some wins next couple of weeks as well. They play Boise State. Not downplaying them, but I would imagine they could get by that one.
You know, I'll tell you what else falls into the who to thunk it category. USC and UCLA 1-5. Washington State 4-0. Arizona State 2-0. And this one's in the books, and for the first time ever. Now, ever is a long time.
Good job, baby, good job.
The Washington State Cougars have beaten both Southern California schools in the same year. For the first time in 40 years, they have come to Los Angeles and gone home on a victorious plane ride, and Mike Price gets the obligatory bath of Gatorade.
Have a bath.
And it's one he doesn't mind at all. And they'll be burning up the phones talking to recruits in Southern California. I can promise you that.